Today we are covering everything about mind culture. You ever feel like you are the default character in a game nobody customized? You look in the mirror, average height, average build, average everything. You are not the main character. You are the NPC in someone else's story. You have no special abilities, no backstory, no character arc. The main characters are out there living their best life. You are standing here, you go to work, you come home, you repeat. That is your entire script. Nobody wrote a story about the default character, because there is nothing to tell. You are the person in the background of someone else's photo. The default character does not get a spin-off, does not get a sequel. But here is the thing. The default character is the most relatable one. Everyone feels like the default character sometimes. Even the main characters. You are not a background character. You are just in your origin story. Comment if you have ever felt like the default character. We all have. All right. Next up. When you realize school was a scam, they taught us everything except how to survive in the real world. You know the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Tulmus, how do I do my taxes? Nobody knows. We are all guessing. They taught us about the War of 1812.but, not how to buy a house. They taught us cursive writing. When was the last time you used cursive? Never. You know what would have been useful? How to read a contract, how insurance works, how to invest, how to not go bankrupt. But no, we learned that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I have never once used that outside of a classroom. Not once. They taught us to memorize, not to think, to repeat, not to question. School does not prepare you for life. It prepares you for more school. The real education starts the day you graduate, and you are not ready. Comment something school taught you that you have never used. All right, next up. When you are the therapist friend. You are the therapist friend, and you do not apply for this job. Everyone comes to you with their problems. Every single person. You have heard things that would break a normal person. You are not normal anymore. You give advice. You cannot follow yourself. Do as I say, not as I do. You are tired. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually. But they keep coming. You cannot say no. Because if you do, who will they talk to? You have solved 47 relationship problems this month. Yours is still a mess. The worst is when they do not take your advice. They come back next week with the same problem. I told you to leave him. You did not. And now you're crying again. You are not a therapist. You are a friend with no boundaries. The therapist friend needs a therapist. But who do they go to? It is okay to say, I cannot handle this right now. You are not a bad friend. Tag the therapist friend. They need a break and a hug. All right, next up. When you are stuck in a loop, Monday feels like Friday. Feels like Monday time is soup. You wake up, work, eat, sleep, every day is the same day. The days blur together. You cannot tell if it is Wednesday or Saturday. You check the calendar. It is Tuesday. It has been Tuesday for 3 weeks. Your routine is not a routine. It is a prison with a nice view. You try to break the cycle. You go to a new restaurant. It feels revolutionary. That is how stuck you are. A new restaurant feels like an adventure. The loop is comfortable. That is the trap. Comfort is the enemy of growth. You are not living. You are existing. There is a difference. The loop will not break itself. You have to break it. With force. Do one thing different today. Just one. It will feel wrong. Do it anyway. The loop is not your life. It is your current chapter. You can change it. Comment what you are going to do differently tomorrow. Make it count. All right. Next up. The simulation theory, but it is your daily routine. What if life is a simulation, and your daily routine is the proof? You wake up, same time, same alarm, same stretch, every day. You eat the same breakfast, take the same route, see the same people. That is not a life. That is a loop. That is a script running on repeat. You go to work, you come home, you sleep, you repeat. That is a program. The simulation theory makes sense when you realize nobody actually changes. You have been doing the same thing for 3 years. That is not free will. The NPCs are the people who never break the routine. They just exist. They wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. Like a function in a codebase. The glitches are the weird coincidences. Eat. Someone from your dream. If this is a simulation, the developers are lazy. The graphics are good, but the story is weak. Break the routine. Do something random. Confuse the algorithm. Do something today that your simulation did not expect. Surprise the developers. Alright, next up. Your life has no save point. In video games, you can save and reload. In life, you cannot. And that is terrifying. You make a mistake. A big one. You look for the load button. There is no load button. You cannot restart the conversation. You cannot undo the text. It is permanent. Life is a game with permadeath and no save files. In a game you die and respawn. In life you just die. That is it. Every decision is permanent. Every word said cannot be unsaid. You cannot save before a risky move and reload if it fails. You quit your job. No save. You move to a new city, no save. You end a relationship, no save. The anxiety of knowing you cannot undo things is overwhelming, but that is also what makes life beautiful. The stakes are real. Every moment matters because you cannot go back. You can only go forward. Live like there is no save button, because there is not. Comment the biggest decision you made.